Psalm 119, verse 37 is so incredible about your destiny. Yeah. God created you for a specific, unique purpose. Nobody else on earth ever, past, present, or future, can fulfill the exact purpose that God created you for. Nobody. That's pretty big. That's incredibly huge is what that is. God made you, and if you don't fulfill what he made you for, it doesn't get fulfilled. I like hearing a guy that I've been listening to, following since 2008, talks about your destiny and your purpose often. And he says it like this: when you come into a place that he calls convergence, where all the faculties of your life, the capacities of your life converge. You've learned why you were created. You've prepared for it. You've been equipped in it. And all the faculties and capacities of your life now converge to propel you into that field, that you then are better than anybody else in your field at what you're called to do. And that's true. Because God made us unlike anybody else he made. Now, Psalm 119, verse 37 addresses that. Turn away my eyes from beholding vanity, and quicken me or make me alive in your way, Lord. Wow. Your path, your derek is the word there. And the word derek, or D-E-R-E-K, is a road, but figuratively it's a course of life or mode of action. It's sometimes translated in the King James Bible, excuse me, conversation, but it means manner of life, your mode of living, what you do. And this verse says, Lord, turn my eyes away from vanity, that I may behold your word, because your word is the owner's manual for my life. It's the roadmap for my life. It's going to direct me in the way that you created me to go. And you got to understand what vanity is. Vanity is uselessness. It can be rendered evil, and it ultimately is, but before it's evil, it's just worthlessness. That which is accomplishing nothing. So as I read this verse over the last 2 weeks, Holy Spirit He's letting me view it in a new way. Rid my life from anything that is worthless for the fulfillment of what you created me for, Lord. The purpose for which you made Michael David Riggs. Anything that's vain that keeps me from that or doesn't propel me in that, take it away. Take it away. And the same goes for you. What were you made for? Do you know why you were made? Do you know the purpose for which God made you? Well, Michael, I don't think he made me for anything. Oh, that's so wrong. Yes, he did. And before you were born, in your mother's womb, when he was forming you, when he was weaving you together, he had a purpose for you and a plan for you. He had an ordained purpose for you, and it's unlike that of anyone else who's ever lived or ever will live. And once you find that purpose, then you can hone in on that which is vanity as far as that purpose is concerned. It does you no good to participate in it. And then you can set out to be delivered from those things. Some of them you just make a decision, you don't do them because you understand that it's hindering your purpose. Some of them require deliverance because they're demonically influenced, and you got to get rid of those demons that continue to put those things in front of us. But vanity, wow. Vanity. That which is useless, worthless, and helping me along the road God set me on for my life. The chiefest way you know why you were created is your desires, godly desires. There's a little, I'm going to someday release a book on the will of God, but the nuts and bolts of that book are this. Well, not the nuts and bolts of it. There's a formula I've used for decades and recommended to people I pastored for decades about knowing the will of God. It's first, let the word of Christ dwell in you richly. First, your desires, your godly desires. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Second, Colossians 3. Let the word of Christ dwell in you richly, and let the peace of God rule in your heart. The word rule means give direction, show light. It's the word used of the sun, moon, and stars in Genesis when God first made them. He made them to rule the day and night, or to give direction, to give light. And so when the word of Christ is dwelling in me richly, when I'm pursuing godly desires that are innate in me, and the word of Christ is dwelling in me richly, and I have peace, I'm to pursue that. And then the safety valve that I always use and recommend people pay such attention to is God uses circumstances to open and shut doors. He will open doors that no man can shut. He'll shut doors that no man can open. And if you and I are in relationship with him like we should be, that's exactly what happens. And you talking about leaving a legacy, doggone. 1 John, the world passes away, and all that's in the world going to pass away. But the person that does the will of God abides forever. You live on and on and on and on. You just keep on living. Why? Because you're pursuing the purpose for which the Creator made you to be an embodiment, a housing, a reflection of Him in the earth that He placed you in, and where in the earth He placed you. Shalom to you as God enlightens your path with His Word. Shalom.